Episode 143 of The Running Journey. I'm Rob Tatro, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This one's a good one. It's me and Charlie. We're digesting a lot of stuff that's happened recently, but more importantly, Charlie's back. He's back, baby. He's running. He's got his vibe. He's finding his groove. He's recovered nicely from his crash, and he's gearing up to do a sub 3-hour marathon. No big deal. In Phoenix later this year in December. I, on the other hand, am not back. I was in crutches for a couple of weeks here, and I'm not running. I talk a bit about that injury. And then this episode leads us into the longer debate about injuries. We end up talking a lot about injuries. How do you know when you're injured? What should you worry about? How do you identify it? How should you diagnose yourself? How do you know when you should prioritize recovery? How do you know when you should stop running? The biases that we have, the ego, the training plan that gets in the way. We talk a lot about that. We talk a lot about tips for you, considering that Charlie and I have both been through quite a few injuries. So it's a very, very valuable episode. If you've ever run and have ever had a niggle or an injury, this episode is for you. Also, send it to your friends and family who have injuries or who are down about injuries. Listen, they go away and you get back to running soon enough. All right, guys, thanks again for tuning in. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. This is episode 143 of The Running Journey. All right, episode 143 of The Running Journey. I'm Rob Tatro. Good to have you guys here. I'm here live with my brother, live for us, not live for you, but live with my brother, Charlie. Charlie, good to have you.
Yeah, good to be here. Let's go.
You're the least enthusiasm, the pretend enthusiasm. No, you're really excited to be here?
Yeah, no, for sure. Absolutely. Love these chats, these weekly chats.
Yeah, it's actually been a couple of weeks since we chatted, because the last time we chatted, we had an episode in the pipeline and then we interviewed Jess Dracul. So it's actually been 2 weeks since you and I have chatted. You seem to have done a lot since then. You still have your A race coming up in, was it 5 weeks?
About that, I think maybe 5 or 4. Let me just quickly check my Training Peaks calendar. But I believe
what day is the race?
December 20th. So I think it's 5 weeks at least. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's closer to 5. It's probably 5 and a bit then. 5.5 maybe.
Yeah. 5.5.
Because that's 38 days.
Of time.
So much time. Too much time. I saw you were, so that's your A race. It's coming up. It's in Phoenix.
It's in Phoenix. Yep.
The Marathon Project.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So you're flying down. That's a Sunday race. Sunday or Saturday?
Saturday.
Okay. You're excited for it?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think it's going to be I'm not that excited for some reason. I'm not sure. I'm excited, but
let's spill the beans.
I don't know. I'm just
it doesn't feel like a Boston.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like a major. It's not like Tokyo or, and I know that my training's gone fairly well, but like I'm still not where, like, I think I'd be more excited if I knew I was going to crush it too. Not that I won't do well, but.
Okay, so the correlation between excitement for a race obviously it's correlated to how well you think you're going to do in the race, you're saying? And it's also
for me, yes, it is a little bit, and the importance of the race, I think, yeah.
The importance of the race. I don't know if I agree with the second. I for sure agree with the first part, like how well you think you're going to do is a big factor in how much.
Maybe who you're going with.
Who you're going with, for sure.
So, Chicago, I was super excited, even though I didn't care about my time.
So are you saying you're more excited for Chicago than you are? So we were a fun crew to go with in Chicago?
Yeah. Chicago was fun, yeah.
Who are you going with to Phoenix?
Well, I'm going with my family, so I'm excited for the trip with the family, but like the race is going to be like
Yeah, you're going to get up there and you're going to come back and your wife's going to be like, you have no idea how
I just ran a marathon.
These kids didn't listen and you need to take them to the park and whatever, right? So it's going to be like, no, Cheryl's super supportive of you. I'm tongue in cheek saying that, but it's not going to be the only purpose of the trip.
No, exactly.
There's definitely something there when the trip is part of, when the race is part of something else, it ends up having less of weight on the weekend for sure. Chicago, like, it was the reason we went, and it was like you and Simo broke the record for most conversations about triathlon in a 48-hour period, I think.
Yeah, it's official. Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
Official record.
Speaking of Guinness, not to go on a tangent here, but I applied to do the most hard-boiled eggs peeled and eaten in a minute record. So I just got my rules,
What are the rules?
Well, I thought you could just peel, eat, start peeling the next one, chew, and then, but you have to be peel, eat, open mouth, and then you can't start peeling the next egg until you.
So I know how to make them so they're easy to peel.
Okay, that's like, I believe that's 75% of the battle.
So everyone has these theories, but it's simple.
Let's hear what you got. The reason I was late because we were just having it peeled.
Make sure your water is boiling, like really fully
before you put them in.
Boiling. So put salt in before also.
Yeah. Okay.
So it boils hotter.
I believe this is consensus so far.
So salt, and absolutely as hot as you can. Like, don't wait. Give it 5 minutes of boiling before you actually, like, I'm exaggerating, but don't put it in early. Don't put them in early. So, and then when you take them out, then they're peelable in like 2 or 3 seconds.
Do you do the ice bath after?
I don't think that matters.
Okay, you think that's because, I mean, we've been trying them out with the ice bath here, and they seem to be going really well.
It might be slightly better. I don't know, but the ones I have right now, I just let them cool on their own, and it was like 2 seconds. Like they're
next question for you.
1 second per.
Next question for you on this hard-boiled eggs thing is how. Is there a correlation to how hard they're going to be peeled as to how much you cook them? In other words, could you undercook them to get some liquid in the yolk and still have a quick peel, you think?
Because the record, like, they kind of have to explode out of there.
They got to be really cooked.
Yeah, but I'm not sure,
because then they're not going to be. It's not doable to eat 6 in a minute if they're fully cooked. If they're
but you can. Okay, so leave them in the fridge for a month. They will shrink if you want to eat them faster.
They'll shrink, but it'll still be like the dryness, right? It's like eating soda crackers.
What are you trying to? Oh, you're trying to do the water.
No, you can't have water.
Yeah, you're trying to keep the liquid so you can just swallow them.
Yeah, soft boil.
Could you not swallow them if they're smaller? Like, they shrink like 30%.
You think you could swallow in one? Like, would you undo?
Not me, but I thought maybe you could.
I'm pretty good. I think I could.
Yeah.
I might have to try this out. So you're thinking, cook them, put them in the fridge, let them shrink, and then one swallow.
So leave them in the fridge for a month or so.
A month, is that?
Well, I don't know. So I've done like 2-3 weeks, and they start shrinking.
Okay. I didn't have this on my bingo card as to what we'd be talking about on the podcast today, but this is very valuable intel. I know that they're supposed to weigh them, and they have to be 50 grams each minimum.
Oh, I'm sure they weigh. I'm sure the weight doesn't change.
Okay, you think it's just the water? Yeah, the weight shouldn't change. There's a shell, right?
Maybe they do get lighter. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm gonna find this out. Well,
you can test it, right? But I would test definitely. Yeah,
I told the team here we're gonna have an egg building team. I'm the eating team, and this record isn't solely mine. It's gonna be a team effort. We're gonna do some R&D, and we're gonna try to figure this out. Diego seems to think it's 7.5 minutes is kind of the magic number to get the yolky kind of, and anything less than that, you risk like having too soft, and then when you peel it, you won't be able to peel it fast. How long do you cook them usually?
12 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. It's a little. So anyways, I got my rules for the Guinness record. Back to your race where you got the record with Simo for talking about most amount of talking of biking. I'm surprised that you're not more excited for this because I thought you'd like. I don't think that the end race, like whether it's a major or whether it's, I don't think. Like,
Don't get me wrong. I'm excited about my training
yeah,
in general and how well I'm improving, but I feel like I probably won't get to where I want to get by the date. I'm going to get close, but not quite. And it's the magical 180-minute marathon time.
yeah, 3 hours, sub 3, the real sub 3.
So I'm not going to get there by then, but I'll get close, I think.
Okay, so
it's like, but I'm still excited because I can feel that I'm getting fitter and healthier, and so yeah. Anyways,
no, it's good. I'm not going to interrupt. I'll let you finish your comment.
I am excited. I am starting to get excited about our backyard, though. And I'm actually getting obsessed about it a little bit, but
yeah. I was looking at, so I've not been on Strava in a while, but I knew we were chatting today. So I was like, I should probably see where Charlie's at. I don't even know if he's running. Like I haven't talked to you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was like, is he injured? How's he doing? And I just looked and I saw your run and I looked through your runs and I saw the one you did yesterday or Sunday, a few days back. And it was in Boston.
Yeah.
So you were south of the border there for a bit. Man, like it looks really good. I got really jacked when I saw your run because of the progression. Look at that map. Look at that progression. Yeah. So good. And then the time of your finish. So you ended up right, 4:08, I think 4.8 kilometers. So you were doing sub 7-minute miles at the end.
Yeah, my last mile was like 6.5. But the thing is, like, it wasn't sustainable. I think maybe like 7:10 would have been sustainable, but the last 2-3 miles were not at a pace that I was able to sustain. But still, like, it was a good workout and I was happy with it. And I realized that my legs have another gear that I didn't know they had. When you just tell them to go, you just have to, like, it's weird that you just have to, like, I was running so I did a 6-mile fast finish, and then the fourth and the fifth were like, the fourth one was at 7 minutes per mile. I'm like, I don't think I can run faster than this. I think I can't. And then I did the next one at 6:55, and then I sprinted to get past. Boston is ridiculous. The path that I took, how many people run, but it was fun. Anyway, so I sprinted to get past a bunch of people, and I was like, oh, that's what all I have to do to go faster?
Move the legs.
And it was
were you doing longer strides or were you doing more strides?
I don't know. My mind okay, do that again. I mean, and then, so the last mile I did at like 6:30. I mean, I killed myself to do it. Like, it was like 180 some heart rate or whatever, but I was able to, like, all of a sudden get an extra gear. So it felt good, but not sustainable at this point. So
I don't think you're supposed to feel like it's sustainable when you're doing a fast finish.
Yeah, but the heart rate can't be 180. I don't think on the last.
You went 6:30. Okay, so I used to do this in my fast finishes. I used to go, let's see what I can do in the last mile. Let's treat it like the old Rob Tatro sprints from 4 years ago when every run was a sprint. And of course, the heart rate will go to 175, 180. But had you just ran at 6:52,
it would have been 176 instead, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, it felt good, but not quite there. Pretty close, but not. Okay. And I think I'll be close, but not quite there on the day. So, yeah. Anyways, but it was fun. My run in Boston, funny story there. I was doing my run and I was on like mile 7 or 6 or 4 or 5. I don't remember which mile I was in, but I was running about like 8:15 minute per mile, and I'm on the river trail, and I see there's a bunch of tents and a bunch of people and like excitement, an announcer, a DJ. I'm like, oh, there's a race starting here.
As if you didn't sign up for it.
So I go the trail merges and I see the start lines on another trail right beside. And I'm like, oh, they're going to start their race. And then as I'm passing, they're like, I can hear the countdown, 10, 9. So I'm like, oh no, I'm going to be right in the middle of the race. I'm going to be in the way. So anyways, I just keep running. I run. And then finally, like all the fast guys, obviously they pass me. And
you were just far enough and fast enough that you weren't in the way.
Well, I was a little in the way, but when I started feeling the fast guys, I just moved to the side and jogged in the grass for a bit.
Did you drink water from the aid stations?
No. Oh yeah. No, I didn't. Yeah. So that's the other thing. I wasn't organized for this run. Usually, like I've been really practicing my nutrition on my other long runs. And
Look at you. You've come a long way from that.
Yeah.
Who needs water for a 30 miler?
This one, I did not drink any water. But I did have four gels. So
what are you going to say about it? Wasn't necessary. What were you going to say about the water?
Yeah, I feel like hydration's overrated for marathons. Mark it down.
Yeah, you don't actually believe that. You just
so nutrition underrated, hydration overrated.
Okay, so I respectfully disagree with you, and I know I think you're just messing with me.
No, but I guess maybe overrated in my head.
Okay, maybe. You think it's not a big deal. I've done this all the time. It's 30 kilometers. I can do it without water. But if obviously you know that you'd perform a little bit better if you had water. You're saying not as much.
No. I'm saying you do need water, but you don't need that much. Okay. That's all I'm saying. You need water for sure.
Okay.
But the amount that you need isn't that much.
And you didn't want to drink from the aid station because you didn't pay for that race.
I didn't see any aid stations. Oh, I was only on the course for like a mile, and then but had I seen an aid station, I should have kept on the course. Actually, I didn't think of that.
Get some water and some Gatorade in you. It would have felt like $1 million, I guarantee you.
And the other thing, it was so nice. So I guess I'm used to the cold weather here. And it was like 7-8 degrees when I started my run. And I'm like, mile 3, I'm like, it's too hot. So I decided I had like a long sleeve shirt because I thought it might be a little cool. So I was like, I'm going to get rid of this shirt. I'm like, it's too hot. Like I need to. So I just took off my shirt, just remembered where I put it. And then grabbed it.
You do point and back.
Grabbed it on the way back.
Okay, well, wait. You're like one of the most organized knowledge runners about cold. Well, you're the best guy I know for cold, knowing what to wear. How did you screw that up?
I think my body is just like, it's that period where my body has just started getting adjusted to the cold.
Yeah, but
it was only like it was 7 degrees with all.
But you know that at 7 degrees, that's shorts and no shirt at max effort, like on a fast finish.
I think it's shirt or no shirt. It's kind
debatable, but it's certainly not long shirt.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought that. Yeah. Anyways,
you felt cold when you were outside the day before or whatever.
Yeah, like I did my run outside in Winnipeg the day before, and oh my god, I was like, I don't remember winter being this cold. Like it was so, and I was dressed for it, but yeah. Anyways,
and it hasn't even started yet. That's the crazy part. Like it's gonna suck here for the next 3 months. Sucks to live in Winnipeg for that.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I only got like 2-3 weeks of like my interval, my track workouts. Those have been fun too.
Who you been going with?
I went once with our friend Simo.
Yeah, how'd that go?
But then I've just been going on my own.
You just go to Elmwood there?
Yeah.
Oh, I love those. Absolutely love those workouts. The 12-minute jog, 15-minute jog there, and then the workout, and then the 15-minute jog.
Yeah. So tomorrow morning I have one, and I'm thinking I need to push it now.
You definitely need to.
Yeah, I need to.
It should be the hardest workout.
Basically, I need to kill myself on these.
Yeah, I would. You know what I did?
I don't know if Patrick would agree, but
whatever. They're wrong. Here's what I would do if I were you. Like, what are you doing tomorrow? 400s, 800s? What are you doing?
I'm doing 4x2, then 6x1K, then 4x2.
4x200 meters, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would like pick a time that you want that is faster than the last time you did it, and that's slightly out of reach.
Yeah. No,
And go for that.
That's what I'm doing for sure. But I also like to speed up in each rep. So
me too. Yeah, me too.
So
but
I'm gonna
the
try
last
to
rep.
I'm gonna try to start at where my penultimate rep was last week.
Yes.
And then try to speed
or
up.
the average, or like
slightly under my average from last week. Start there.
Yeah, and then you got to go faster and you should hit your fastest lap like on your third or fourth rep.
On my last one, I want to do it.
No. You got to be going faster. I don't know.
Okay, maybe.
Ideally, you want to go faster, and you want to do it so that like you're doing 8 reps. No, how many reps of the 200?
Well, the 200s I don't count.
The kilometers you're talking
6x1K.
Yeah. So the 6th kilometer, it's okay. Like it's keep pushing, and if you happen to not quite hold the whole 6 kilometers, that's fine.
I don't make it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'll try. Yeah.
I'm excited for you. That's good. That's exciting. So you keep saying that you're not sure if you're going to get there. I was reviewing your runs.
I don't think I will. It's not. Yeah.
Is there a little bit of sandbagging there, or that's like an honest?
No. It's honest. I think if I were to run it today, I could maybe do a 3:10.
Okay. Anyways, I'm always telling you have a shot there, but I think you got a chance. You think you got 3 good weeks of training still? 4?
Yeah. I'm not saying it's impossible.
You're saying you're not there today.
I'm saying it seems unlikely right now.
Okay. Isn't it crazy though how much quickly you got fast, and me after like for Chicago, how quickly I got fast, and now how quickly you got really fast, pretty fast.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. Yeah, but I've been dialed in, so it's not just like, yeah.
Do you recall someone told you that? I think it was on this podcast.
Yeah. No, I know. No, I knew I was going to come back fast.
You were somewhat doubtful. You're a little bit doubtful of how quick you'd get back.
Yeah. No, well, that half marathon surprised me. So.
Yeah. Did Chicago surprise you? Your pace?
No.
You knew that's where you'd be.
Well, I was very happy with the result, but I knew that was a possibility. Maybe after like the second day I started running again.
Okay. So what do you have this Sunday?
Another long run.
What is it? 16 miles? 6 mile fast finish?
No, it's 20 miles. Well, I'm going to do 20 miles, and I'm going to do a 7-mile fast finish.
Perfect.
But I want to try to go a little faster than I did last week. See what happens.
I know you're not going to listen to me, but this last build, I did it differently than I did my prior build for my fast finishes. I didn't push the mileage much below race pace, just so that I could have a barometer to go. So I didn't do a 6:30s.
No, I haven't been doing that. I've been above.
But your last one, right? You pushed. So
the last one. Yeah.
No, I rejected the urge to do it because instead I would focus on. Anyways, try not pushing it so far the last mile. No.
Yeah, I guess maybe. I feel like it's not going to affect anything because it's the last mile, and then I got a full day of easy. I got 2 days of easy running. And then I got a day off. I feel like the last mile, like the only reason to save the last mile is to not get injured, which I guess could happen, but I don't think.
How about pushing the pace a little bit before, if you can?
Oh, yeah, no, I want to do that. No, but last week I didn't even know I had it in me till the last mile. So now
this 6:30 surprised you.
Yeah, it surprised me that I could do that at the last mile. So that's the same. So that's why next week I'll be way more aggressive. on the number.
Man,
Anyways,
I wish
I know you. Enough about me. Let's go.
I think it's exciting to have you back from where you were.
Yeah.
Your injury, you weren't able to run. You were saying on this podcast, I can't run. You said that multiple weeks in a row. I can't run fast. And so to have you running 6:30s now, 6:30-minute miles, or like, what is that, 4-minute kilometers, sub 4-minute kilometers? That's pretty cool. So I think that's good.
Yeah, no, it feels good. And so you had your 100K run.
Yeah. The day after we recorded with Jess Dracul.
Yeah. And that didn't go well, right?
Well, it's not that it didn't go well. So I have this problem of kind of convincing myself that I'm not injured. And I don't know if you have this issue.
Yeah, my bias is I'm not injured.
Yeah, which is, I listened to that episode the other day, because now I'm not running, so I don't listen to podcasts. So I listened to that episode the other day, and I asked Jess about this. Jess and you and I and Jess talked about this, like, how do you know you're injured? I specifically asked her because it was on my mind. Before Chicago, I had this thing where I ran too much, and I thought it was something's wrong because I couldn't put any weight on my leg. So I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell Patrick about it. I didn't tell anyone about it. I was in crutches for one night, and then I slept, and the next day it was completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, pretend injury, not a big deal. Keep running. And then I did Chicago. Then when I came back from Chicago, same thing happened again. But this time I was on crutches for like a day and a half. Not a big deal. I'm back. And then the day before we interviewed Jess on the podcast, I had to call my wife. I was walking the dog, and I had to call my wife to come pick me up because I felt like I didn't fall. I just turned a little bit, and I had this tremendous pain in my knee, and I couldn't walk. And I had the dog. So I was going to order an Uber and go home, but I couldn't even order an Uber because I had the dog. So I had to do the most embarrassing thing on earth. I had to phone someone to come pick me up on a walk. Like, I couldn't even walk home. So my wife's like, what is going on? And I was like, got this thing. So I told Joel about it. And Joel's like,
this was after or before?
The day before. The day before we recorded. But
the day before, okay.
It just went away like the other times. It did the same thing. It just went away. So then that Tuesday, I had personal training with Joel, and I told Joel about it. And he was like, first person I told about it was my personal trainer. I didn't want to tell Patrick because I was worried that Patrick would tell me stop running.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Classic.
Yeah. So I didn't tell Patrick about it. I told Joel about it. He's like, so wait, you can't put any weight on it? No. And he's like, show me. And I showed him. I told my physio about it because I went to see Q 3 times. And he was like, hey, take some time off. And he was giving me stuff. And I was kind of taking time off, but kind of not listening to him. Anyways, Joel's like, I'm like, do you think I should do the 100K tomorrow? He's like, I don't think that's a good idea. And I was like, but I can still do it. And he's like, whatever. You're going to do whatever you want to. Anyways, I told him I'm going to listen to my body. If it starts feeling painful, I'll stop.
Yeah.
But that morning was so fun. I went and I ran. It was such a fun morning by myself. And I decided I would do it no headphones. I was going to do 11 hours, just no headphones, just me and the road. And it was going great. I was crushing 6-minute Ks, and I was really excited about the backyard, Charlie. I was starting to get really excited. I was thinking about it. And I was just having so much fun out there on the road by myself. And then I got to like St. Anne. So I was at about kilometer 40, and I started to feel it in my knee.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. So then I slowed down a bit. It's fine. I walked, ran for a bit. Then I walked for a bit. And I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to stop because it's not right. Something's not right. So I called Diego in the city. He came and picked me up. I walked to Dufresne. So he picked me up in Dufresne. I was still walking. And I thought, I'll be fine tomorrow. Not a big deal. Well, I was in crutches for 9 days. Wow. Like the next day, I could not move my knee. I was in so much pain. So I was like, it's going to go away. It didn't go away. I had Michelle's crutches. So I had to Instacart my own pair of crutches. Anyways, I was just like, what is going on? I didn't know what was happening. So I went to Pan Am. I told you this. I went to Pan Am. I went to see them, and they're like, oh, you have a tear in your meniscus. was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, touched my knee for like 1 second. But she asked me all these questions. Oh, you're a runner? My daughter's an ultra runner. She great doctor. She was very nice and friendly and kind to me. And she asked me way more questions about what happened than she actually moved my knee. But like she touched my knee for 1 sec. Pretty sure you got a tear in your meniscus. You're going to need an MRI. I was like, okay, how do I get one? She's like, I'll put you on the list. It'll be 4 to 6 months. So I was like, 4 to 6 months for an MRI? I said, can I be on a cancellation list? She's like, yeah, it might be 2 to 3 months. I was like, just to get a diagnosis? She's like, yeah. So I went to Grand Forks. I booked one kind of the next day or 2 days later. It was $900.
Yeah.
And I got an MRI and no tear in my meniscus. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I didn't think I had a tear because I've read about tears and those are like, you can't. Q was moving my leg and I was like, I'm fine. You're not fine all of a sudden if you have a tear in your meniscus or a tear in your MCL or something. So I didn't know what was going on, but I wanted a second opinion. So I went there. I just wanted peace of mind, really, is why I went to Pan Am.
Yeah.
Give me like a diagnosis.
Give me a good diagnosis.
Give me the diagnosis I want. Anyways, I did get the diagnosis I wanted. She told me meniscus tear and like surgery and whatever. And I was like, holy shit. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't think I have that. I just didn't think I had that. So I wasn't stressing out about it. I wasn't worried about it. And by now I had like gotten over the grief of not running and whatever. So like I'd already gotten into a good mood. I was like, it's going to be what it's going to be. And I'm going to do the best I can with the cards that I'm dealt.
Like great news then at that point.
Oh, I was so pumped when I got the news from the MRI. So pumped.
Yeah.
So I went to see Q. He made me a plan. I've been rehabbing it. I've been doing, so this was a week ago. Anyways, I took my crutches off on Friday or Saturday. So now I've been walking and then I saw him again and my physio suggested I could do like 10 minutes of biking. So I did 10 minutes of biking. It was pretty sore, but it was all right. And then I did 20 minutes and then I did 25 minutes today. So I'm doing like 60 watts. For a biker like you, it's like, because my knees are so weak, right? It's just so weak.
No, of course. Yeah.
So 25 minutes, I doing my rehab is so painful. Well, painful. Hard. It's just hard to do. I'm doing these side planks and all the weight is like on the inside of that knee. And I don't know. So I'm going to go see him. I see him again this week. And I'm hoping that he tells me I can start like, I don't know, running maybe in a week or two or something. I don't know. But I'm just at peace with whatever it is. I'm happy that it didn't. So I lost the New York AIDS Marathon. That ship has sailed because that's in 3 weeks. And I'm not going to be able to run that. But
bib transfer?
Do you want to go do it? No, you're not ready. No, you're focusing on a race 2 weeks after that.
Yeah. I can't. I won't do it.
No, but I'm just at peace with everything. And I'm so glad I didn't lose Tokyo because I've already spent a lot of money on Tokyo. And I'm just so glad that I did lose Tokyo. More importantly, Tokyo, I'm bringing my run support crew, Funk, Marco, and Mini Grains.
Nice.
And those guys were more rattled than I was about my injury. So what does this mean with Tokyo?
What does it mean with the Tokyo trip?
So I was excited to tell them that Tokyo is still on the table. So we're still going to Tokyo. So now I'm just, okay, I got 4 months, 4.5 months to Tokyo. I just got to get healthy over the next month and a half, 2 months, whatever it's going to take. And I'm just going to do that. So I'm in a good frame of mind, although it's like, I'm in a good frame of mind for running. Like I'm at peace with that. But like in my life, this finishing my PhD and not running has opened up all this time in my calendar. And I'm just like a little lost. I'm just like, I'm a little lost to the point that I don't know what to do with my time, which is crazy because I've never
trained for an Ironman.
What's that?
Train for an Ironman. That'll waste a lot of time.
I know I can't train. That's what I'm getting, Charlie. I can't train right now. Yeah. But like I went 5 years where every time I had a half hour or an hour free after the kids were in bed, or, you know, when I was waiting for the kids to finish their hip hop classes or whatever, I would either do some research, do some writing, or like just hammer out whatever I could for this PhD. And I finally finished it and it's done. And dude, I had the now what feeling that I get after you finish a long race with this PhD. I had the dopamine crash with the PhD, which is crazy because now I'm like, I finished. I thought there'd be this in my head. I was like, oh man, I'm going to get a PhD. Wow, I'm going to be somebody. But like nothing changed the day after.
Yeah.
It was just, so now I'm not running. I'm not doing this PhD. So I got all this time in my calendar and all I'm doing is sitting on my ass and, I downloaded Reddit. So I have that app on my phone now. So now I'm like scrolling through Reddit, like I'm doom scrolling. So I have no social media apps on my phone because I know I get addicted and I know it's not going to be good. So like I'm doom scrolling Reddit. I'm playing Dominion, the card game. I'm playing Magic, the card game on my phone and my iPad. And I'm just wasting all this time. And I just got to get that under control. But I'm at peace with the running thing. So I feel okay about that. I just need a new hobby. If you have any ideas. Patrick said swimming.
Yeah, I'm going to try swimming again Friday.
Is it your first swim in a while?
No, I did one 2 weeks ago and it didn't feel super good. So I said I'll wait a bit. So I'm going to test it out again Friday, I think. It's just a shoulder. It's swimming requires shoulder stuff to happen, I guess.
Did mom talk to you about her swimming?
No, I haven't heard about this. Can't wait to hear about it though.
So I guess she's, I don't know, but I'm guessing deep
down.
No,
she's told me a couple things about swimming. She's bought like the snorkel and
she goes to master's classes. I think it's twice a week. She goes to swim classes at, I don't know where it is, Pan Am, or I don't know where she goes. And there's a coach. Well, why else would you start swimming unless she's got an urge to do a triathlon, right? Am I wrong on that? I think we've rubbed off on her because she's crushing her jogs. She told me she wants to do 1 hour, 5 minute 10K. Did you talk to Claude, our old man, our dad? He wants to break 60 minutes in a 10K.
That's great. He could do. It's hard. It's not easy.
But the good news is mom is getting faster, and she's been doing track workouts or whatever intervals, and she said she can do like 2 minutes at whatever 9 minute miles or something. And I'm like, well, that's great because now at least you can run that speed, right? Your legs can turn over that fast. Now you just have to do a lot of miles at that. So it's kind of good news.
It's always like I remember when I started running, and let's say I did my first mile I ever did it under 7 minutes or something, right? And it was like, okay, so it is possible for me to do a marathon at that pace. I just have to.
It becomes possible.
Yeah.
It's a great, great feeling because 1 kilometer or 1 mile, whatever, I think is the number that you have to do to say like it is doable. Now I just have to, because I can move my legs at that pace for a mile. So now I can.
Yeah, at that point, it's like you don't know it's possible, but you're like,
it's on the board.
Maybe it is,
Yeah. It's not impossible.
Yeah.
It's no longer impossible. Like I remember when I was doing I was just running 10-minute miles. That's all I did when I started running. Yeah. All I did was 10-minute miles. That's all I knew. And then I think I did with you one day I don't remember. I think it was an 8-minute or a 7:30. I think it was an 8-minute mile. And then all of a sudden that was like, holy smokes. That means 3:30 is possible. I think 3:30 is
3:30 is 8-minute.
Yeah, 3:30 is 8. So I mean that's possible. All of a sudden, and I was like, okay, I just need to do more of these.
Yeah.
And that's the feeling she has right now. She was telling me how she can't breathe when she's swimming. She has a hard time, and it's like your son. I have a hard time. She said I have a hard time turning and breathing, and I can't turn both ways. I was like, hey, exactly like Charlie.
You don't have to just turn one way.
Yeah. So we were talking about the stroke, and anyways, it was good to talk to Ans. Do you have anything you want to discuss? Otherwise, I want to ask you some questions about my injury and why do you think, and just injuries generally.
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's talk about injuries.
Well, because I think a lot of people ask me, okay, because you and I talked with Jess last week on the podcast. If you haven't listened to it, our most listened to episode ever, by the way. Jess is a great guest. So awesome. Thanks all of you guys for listening. But it's like, she said something like, when you, I forget it, I'm paraphrasing, or I'll say this. When you feel something during a run, right? You feel that when you feel something, your first instinct, is it stop or is it keep going? It's obviously keep going.
It's like, does this matter?
Does this, I was going to ask you, how do you define the difference between like I'll say a niggle. I hear that word in the community, or like an injury. How do you define the difference? And how do you know that, because you say, does this matter? Like, man, it is so hard. And because I think back as to what I did during this last month, and I thought I did everything perfect. But clearly I thought this thing was just going to go away. I was pretty sure it was going to go away. And I think, Charlie, that I've done this in the past with injuries and they have gone away. I've done this in the past with hips. I've done this and they just go away. You just keep running. You take it easy. You don't double the mileage or anything. And they just go away. This little thing you felt in your hip or your ankle or your knee, it just kind of goes away. And yet some of them don't. Do you think there's a difference, or do you think I'm just not quite good enough to identify it? Do you think it's like a coin flip?
I think it's a very hard thing. And especially if in order to get fast, you have to run a lot. In order to run a lot, you have to run through little niggles. So, I mean, and I don't think anyone is going to have the magic formula for how to know what the difference is. Like, I've heard a couple things that could be useful, maybe.
Let's share.
Well, first of all, run a lot of slow miles, because you don't get niggles as much if you do.
Yeah, but and you know me, I run a lot of slow miles.
Yeah, and you get stronger. You get stronger by running the slow miles without risking injury. So before you do a lot of fast miles, do a lot of slow miles. But I think the other thing, and this is just my opinion, obviously. So another thing I heard, though, as a way that people say is, and I don't use this, but I just heard it and I thought it was interesting, would be, if something hurts one day, okay, it's fine. If it hurts another day, then okay, let's start 2 days, let's start being aware. But if it hurts 3 days in a row, now it's a thing.
Yeah. They call it the 48-hour rule, I think.
Yeah. So I
guarantee you've run through
if I would have stopped every time something hurt for 3 consecutive days, like,
well, that's what I mean. This is my point right here, is that think of you and I, how we approach this.
Yeah.
How many times, because had we adopted the 48-hour rule, we would have had a lot more days off, and there would have been a lot less progress, I think. Yes, we would have avoided a few injuries. I would have avoided this one maybe, and a couple other ones. But would I have gotten all my goal? Would I have gotten there, do you think?
Yeah. No,
probably not, right?
So I think I was going to say, so my actual rule is, if I can feel it getting better, it's not a problem.
Yes. So this is the same, better, worse rule, right?
Yeah. So every day I'll say, is it worse or better than the previous day? And if it gets worse for 2-3 days, okay, that's a concern. That's a big concern for me. It's more of a concern. But if it just stays the same or gets slightly better, not a concern.
Okay, let me put you through a real situation. It's Friday, it's Thursday, you just finished your hard workout, you feel something in a knee or hip. Next day is an easy Friday run. Same. Saturday, run club with the boys and girls. Same. And now you got your big run on Sunday, but it's still there. It was there 3 days ago. It's same. Are you crushing your 20-miler?
Yeah,
yes,
probably.
you are. Yeah, you are.
You're probably. Like, I mean, I would be hyper aware of it in that case. Like, the thing is that I don't know how to talk. Like, I've had one injury. I feel like I've been so lucky. So I've had one serious injury.
Which one? You're not talking about the time where you didn't know how to ride a bike. You're talking about
the time that was one. No, the plantar fasciitis. So I had plantar fasciitis. I think it's like 3 years ago now. Okay.
Yeah. How would you define a serious injury? You got to miss like a month? Would you define a serious injury? Or inconvenience for 3 or 4 months?
Yeah, affects you for a longer period than a week. Like I think anything longer than a month. Let's go with a month, right?
Yeah, you had plantar. That was kind of your only one that lasted a month.
It lasted 3 years. Like I still like I don't really feel it anymore, which is a surprise because but every once in a while, if I have a long run, I'll start feeling it again. So it's always there, that one. It's not going away. But besides that, I feel like right now I'm at the healthiest I've been. So I guess I got to be careful not to run too fast now because that's speed kills, right?
No, go.
But I feel like I've been super lucky. Haven't been injured, basically.
To be clear, I'm not complaining here. I'm not saying I've not been lucky. I also feel that I've been lucky. I've dealt with
you too have been lucky. We both have not been injured a lot.
I don't really I mean, I'll be off running for a month, maybe a month. I don't. It's in between periods. It's in between races. It's a great time to be injured, and maybe I just needed to not run anyways, right? Maybe my body was just like, well, this is what Joel says, like your body's telling you that's enough. Like just take a little break.
Yeah,
and that's fine. I respect load management, and I've dealt with a week here, a couple weeks here, and I'm kind of always dealing with a week or two here and there throughout the year. I think that's because we push so hard that we get a little too far sometimes. Okay, I need to take a week. But a week might not even be a week. It might be you miss a couple workouts, you try another one, and then you miss a few. And a week is SFA, as they would say, right? Sweet F all, right? It's like you're happy to miss a week here and there. So I've been lucky. I consider myself lucky for sure.
The one thing I want to add to like trying to detect injuries, if they're real or not, is like when I had that plantar fasciitis, I think that made me know when I had it bad, it made me know what a real injury feels like. And like if I wasn't on a jog, like let's say I was just walking around with my kids or something, or just walking somewhere, it would hurt a little bit and I would not want to run. Like I'd be like, oh, if I run, it's going to hurt. So as opposed to now, if my kid like thinks that he can beat me in a race, like I can like no problem. I don't have to think about it.
You can open it up.
Yeah, I can open it up, whatever, right? And it's going to be fun. As opposed to before, when I was injured, I was like, I can't, like, it's going to hurt, just running 10 steps.
Right. And that's one distinction that you made.
That's one, I think.
On the many of
like walking easily, or even like being able to willingly run fast.
Right. That's a good one for sure. That I think I would agree with. I don't know if I've ever had that.
Like when I had plantar fasciitis for like 6 months, it was like I had to like mentally psych myself up just to run a little bit.
There's a big part of this is the psychology too of like the big goal is this A race and then the next race, and it's building towards something bigger. It's always building towards something bigger. So we're kind of locked into building that. And if you lose a week or a month or whatever, we feel like we're missing out. So it's hard to self-diagnose and to self-take a week off, right? It's one of the hardest things to do, right?
Yeah, totally. Especially if you've already decided, okay, I'm starting training for this race. Like, fortunately, that's never happened to me that I had to take time off, because my plantar fasciitis happened it started like the 4 days after a marathon. So I think it actually started before the marathon. And I told myself I wasn't injured because I didn't want to be injured before a marathon. And I just ran through the injury without thinking about it. And then 4 days later, I was injured.
Yeah. And you suffered with it for 3 years.
Yeah.
Would you go back and change that decision?
No.
That's, yeah.
And so that's the thing. Like, it's never really happened to me where I've had to, and maybe it's because I always trick myself into thinking I'm not injured when I'm training for a big race.
But I'm openly saying now, I don't have an ego, Rob. Do not have an ego, Rob. Make the smart decision here. And I still can't make the right decision. Like, so maybe there's an internal.
It's not intentional though. It's like,
Yeah.
it's just, you have so much, it's hard. Your mind, for me anyways, my mind wants to believe that I'm not injured so badly that I'm not injured.
Yeah. Man, I pushed through this thing. Like I was in crutches.
Yeah.
And the next day I was out doing.
Oh yeah, I can do 100K.
And I did 100K. Like, and like that one is, in hindsight now, I remember thinking, is this one the right call? That one I should have stopped. But I remember just saying, it's okay. I feel great right now. And the moment and I'm not feeling great, I'll just stop.
Yeah.
And probably I'll do the 100K and it won't be a big deal.
Yeah.
But then you end up with this stuff, right? Probably not the greatest idea. Do you think that, so ego's in the way, obviously. Ego or a bias? Or is it just, it's not necessarily ego. It's more like the training plan, the commitment.
I think it's just like the classic human bias. It's just humanity. You always interpret things when there's two ways of interpreting things. Humans have a tendency to interpret it in the way that they want it to be.
Do you think you'll ever get better at this? Or do you think it's always going to be, I don't want to say a coin flip game, but like rolling a dice and like, this time I didn't get injured. This time I didn't feel anything. This time it was nothing. This time it was something. Or do you think experience, it's like running races. The more you do, the more you'll know.
I feel like I'm pretty good at it already. Like, I feel like, I know I'm saying there's lots of bias that I do have, but I still think I'm actually pretty good at it, where I'll just take it super easy. When I know, as soon as I notice something, I'm not going to push workouts. I'm going to take it easy for a while,
Yeah.
So I think as far as recognizing the early signs of injuries, I think I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah. I thought I was pretty good at it till I clearly wasn't.
Yeah.
And that has like this injury changed your these injuries that you've had, or this dealing with it, does it change your relationship with running in any way, or does it's just like part of it?
No, I still love running, but I love running way more when I'm not injured. So
that's why, like, I saw your run yesterday, this morning, today I looked and I saw all your runs and I was like, I felt good for you. I was just like, yes, he's crushing 30K runs on the weekend. Freaking right. I was like so pumped, and I felt it a little bit through you.
Yeah. So maybe that's the thing that you need to remind yourself. If running becomes like kind of more like a chore because you're not feeling great, like, it's probably time to take some time off.
Yeah. And that's what I did after whatever the last time I had, the bike ride thing. I didn't feel like running, so I just stopped. I didn't run.
Yeah.
I just said, hey, I'm not feeling like running today. If I don't feel like going for a run, John, I'm not running. But now, like, I'm jealous of you, but I'm at peace. Like, I'm jealous, but I'm at peace, and I know I'm going to come back stronger. And I know I'm struggling with diet. I mean, diet is so hard because now that you're not having the dedication and whatever to your, is it for you? Is it like this? Like, if you're not actively in a block, it becomes harder to just be that disciplined.
Yeah, big time. Man, it's hard to think, okay, well,
what's the big deal?
What if I have 6 months, like, so after December 20th for me, I'm looking forward so much to this backyard. I don't know.
Yeah, let's talk about this backyard real quick, and then we do have to wrap up. But before we pump to the backyard, some of the notes I made about practical advice. You mentioned some of them. You mentioned the 48-hour rule. You mentioned the same, better, or worse. You mentioned load management, right? So this is the classic mistake that people made. And Joel and all three of the people I trust as my advisors in my running world said the exact same thing, especially with tendons. Tendons is like they send you a message that you've overloaded them. And if you just kind of progressively load them, you can do this kind of forever, but then you overload and then you come back down here, right? You come back down here. And then what happens is you get down back here, you wait a period of time, a week, a month, whatever. And then you're like, all right, I'm back. And you go right back here, right?
Yeah,
But it's what you can't do. You got to progressively load that tendon.
You got to restart from scratch.
You're kind of restarting. So that's one thing that I think injuries, like we don't, well, I don't say we don't do well. You and I, we, the running community, I think doesn't do well is, okay, I got cleared to run again, 20 miles. Let's go, right?
Yeah.
And then the two other things that I would, the other peers that I would say is don't diagnose yourself in an echo chamber. Use, oh, you had a knee injury. How long did you last? How long did you take off? That's, we're so different. And then rely on physio or people you trust. And the last thing is like the recovery. The sleep is the biggest life hack that exists on the planet.
Sleep is amazing.
Sleep is amazing. I've been tracking my sleep since I got this injury. Well, I talk about my sleep a lot on this. My sleep, like all my sleep metrics were dramatically worse, even though I was doing the exact same thing. I was going to bed, I was reading, and for some reason I was getting horrible sleeps. And I know why. It's probably because my body was telling me, sending signals to me that I wasn't healthy in the knee. So, but now I'm starting to get back to very, very healthy sleep scores. So sleep, the life hack. You want to talk about anything else on injury tips? Did you want to add before touching on the backyard quick?
I think sometimes there's hidden signs that you've injured that you might, so like HR can be a thing, but anyway, I'm not sure. I think it's very hard.
Did you come around to HRV? You used to be anti-HRV back in the day.
HRV is basically a glorified HR metric. Okay. But so I don't know. I think it's the same as HR. I don't know what the difference is, I guess, but it's just a variance on your HR, which obviously the lower your HR, the higher the variance will be between the beats. But I think definitely if your resting heart rate goes up by 5.
Yeah. Heart rate as a whole.
Yeah. Like heart rate, or HRV, all that. Yeah, I think it's useful. But for me, the thing is that if I just eat differently, everything works out better.
Oh, that's probably what's happening to me too. I'm eating like shit. And that's probably what's happening. My sleep, and I'm not drinking enough water. And yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah. I've tracked it over time. And whenever I'm eating well, all those metrics are through the roof. Good. And when I'm not eating well.
Which is like so fun to be in a build for a marathon. Yeah. When you're dialed in and things are working, it's like you're on a drug. Like every day I get up in that last Chicago build or whatever, or that London build, every day you get up, you can't wait for your workout. You know what you're going to eat. You know you're not going to eat crap. You know you're going to go to bed early. You know you're going to drink all your water. And it's just like you're just on a high all day. Like it's like you're on drugs. Mm-hmm. It's like great drugs, but it's what I'm chasing right now. I can't wait for that next one. And that's why I'm kind of jealous of you going through it right now. And that's why the first question I asked you, how you're feeling, like, I'm good. But like it's fun to do a marathon build. It's so fun. It's the funnest thing.
I'm actually looking at it more as, okay, my marathon might be good. It might not be so good. It doesn't matter because I'm looking at it as I'm building my fitness for this backyard.
Let's talk about this backyard. So we had Phil Gore on. You and I signed up for the BC Backyard Ultra.
Yeah.
We are going to that late April 2026. Hopefully I'll be fine. You've talked now about maybe hiring a coach, or have you explored that a little bit? A backyard coach?
Not yet. No. I was just spitballing here, but okay. I've been doing a lot of research and looking at it. The thing with the backyard is I think people underestimate how much fitness plays into it. Hard to believe.
Who would have thought? Who's underestimating fitness? You just have to run nonstop forever.
And eat, but people so when you talk to people, they never talk about the fitness. They always talk about eating and
mental resilience,
the mental and whatever.
No bullshit. If those 4.16 miles could be easy,
but the reason Phil Gore's so good, so much better than everyone else, is because he's just that much fitter. He can run 40-minute loops like it's like they're 10-minute miles for me or whatever. Or he can run 10-minute loops and they feel like walks, right? Or 40-minute loops and they feel like walks. So
also
that's why
the sleep, he's figured out the sleep.
So that gives it but that's what I'm saying, that extra time at night, because he can do those easy loops, but still fast, he gets to sleep while no one else can. And that's where the fitness plays into it, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just, okay, I'm going to keep going forever. At some point, the fitness makes a big difference. Anyways, so that's why I'm excited about getting fit for this backyard ultra.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be epic. Yeah. We're starting to get our crew together. If you're listening here and you have any interest in crewing us, feel free to DM me or Charlie on Strava. We're looking to build people who, because we're going to go for a while, so we'll need a few people on the crew for sure. More than 3 or 4. We'll need at least 4, 2 12-hour shifts each.
Yeah. So we'll need a few. Yep, we'll need 3 each, I think.
Yeah. 2 or 3 each for sure. And I was thinking about the runs we did last year, how fun those were. I know they were long, but I really enjoyed those 9-hour days, 8-hour days. Like, those were fun days.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those. Yeah. What was the other thing I was going to say about backyard? Yeah, backyards is all logistics. That's why the crew is so there's so many things you have to do between each loop that if you did them yourself, that's just wasted energy.
Yeah, no. We're going to have a crew for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said this.
Have you thought of numbers yet, or are we going to wait for that to talk
about?
Well,
I don't know. The goal is going to be to qualify for Team Canada. So whatever you think that number is, that's got to be our goal. If it's 56, then it's 56. I thought 48 would do it.
Yeah. So I think probably 50 is pretty good for that.
Okay.
But I think 55 would be more safe.
So what time does it start?
7 a.m.
Okay. So 2 full days takes us through that second night. In theory, maybe we're able to do till noon or till the afternoon of that day. That, not to the other night, like maybe till 6, 7 p.m. that day would give us 60 hours. That would be an obscene amount. That would get us for sure through, right?
Yeah, 60 you're for sure in. For the Canadian one.
Yeah.
Then there's a number that gets you automatically to the individual one.
Well, yeah, but we're not going to hear that. What do you think? Isn't it like 78 or something?
You probably have to be in the 80s.
Yeah. So
we'll
I'm not even running right now. I can't even run. I'm talking about running for 80 hours straight. That one day that I ran with you in Utah, where we ran for 25 hours straight, was the hardest.
Yeah. I have to remember how hard that felt.
It's hard. It's hard, Charlie.
At like 16 hours in, like how hard, 12 hours in, it was so hard.
The second night is going to be death.
Yeah.
Because okay, we're going to go, let's assume we could do the first day like we did in Utah. Okay, great. Now we get to hour 36 at 7 p.m. That's going to be death the second night for us. For other backyarders, it's like their 3rd or 4th or 5th nights, but for us, it'll be that second night. And even just to get there would be.
No, I mean, I think we can't take anything for granted.
No, but we're also goal setters. So we're not going there to do 24 hours.
We can't show up and like hour 18 is super hard. And we're like, oh, I don't remember it being this hard.
No, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I'll let you go there. Well over an hour here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Give us a review, a 5-star review. It helps us drive traffic. The least you could do, it would mean a lot to us. Send this episode to your buddy who's injured or who had a hard time with an injury. Send him this episode. Tell him, you know what? Chin up, buddy. It's not easy. And you'll get back to running. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you in the next video. Remember, more miles, less pace.